And we're back. How you doing, Snow?
I'm awesome. How are you, MJ?
I'm doing okay. The fully vaccinated podcast.
Woo!
Did you have any adverse side effects from it at all?
No, mine was actually, I guess I was one of the lucky people because I hear most people have more difficulty with the second shot. The first shot, very sore arm, very tired, and felt like I was freezing for maybe like a couple of hours. This time that I rolled around, it was like only had a sore arm like way later in the day and a little into the next day, and nothing else.
It hit me like a ton of bricks.
Really? So you were one of the unlucky ones.
Yeah, I had a sore arm that night and went to bed early. But the next morning I woke up, I'm like, wow, I'm just so tired. And it just got worse. I pretty much took NyQuil and just slept the day away.
Well, that's a good way to get over it. Just stay asleep, right?
Yeah. So while all that was going on, I started feeling better yesterday, but woke up to news that DMX had passed away.
Yeah, sad.
Yeah. I think up in heaven now, going up in here, up in here. Let's see, Prince Philip passed away, 99 years old. He almost made 100.
So close. So close.
How old is the Queen?
I think she's in her 90s also. I think last time I heard her age, maybe like 94. Watch, I'm totally wrong, and she's only like 93 right now. I don't know. I thought she was in her 90s. So.
Hey, and the other thing, I was listening to Howard Stern on Wednesday, and maybe it was on Tuesday, and he came back, and I think he listens to our podcast because him and Robin had the exact same Matt Gaetz jokes as we did.
No way!
Yeah, almost to a T. And then the next day, Howard comes on and says, all you people doing podcasts, nobody listens to you anyway, so why do it? Leave it to us professional broadcasters.
Well, sir, Mr. Stern, is our therapy because we live in conservative or rednecky rural America. I was trying to think of the nicest way to say that.
Huh. I wonder how Howard Stern found out about us.
I don't know.
He probably knows that we're coming for his job because he signed one more contract for 5 years and just keeping the seat warm for us.
He's going to keep signing 5-year contracts.
Well,
he's not going
He's
anywhere.
Like 68 now, something like that. 69.
Is he? Oh,
yeah.
I thought he was older. I mean, he doesn't look older.
No.
But I mean, I thought that he was. He's had a long career.
Yeah. And
I just watched Private Parts again the other day because when I was flipping through one of the streaming things, I was like, oh my God, I haven't seen that in forever. And I remember how funny that movie was. Like pig vomit and all that.
Did you watch, speaking of streaming, did you watch the HBO Now special about Q Into the Storm?
I did. Unfortunately, yes. I wasted my time on that. All 6 episodes.
It's like you watch all 6?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm only up to 3.
I've seen the whole thing.
I can get past the Japanese guy in the sex doll part of it.
Yep. He's something else.
And apparently he's Q.
That is what the director claims. Yeah. I mean, and it appears to be that way. Like, I don't want to ruin it for you if you're going to watch the other episodes, but it seems like, because it kind of shows him laughing at the end when the director, like, puts the pieces together. Like, seriously, I thought it was Steve Bannon the whole time, because Steve Bannon talks like a lunatic. I watched a documentary on him one time. He talks in ridiculous ways, and he's real fucking hateful, too. So, I mean, this kid doesn't come across as a hateful person because he talks very calm and everything. Yeah. But it's like, there's obviously some issues in there.
Well, yeah. To me, it seems like he's just doing it to fuck with people.
To start all that shit. I mean, the director refers to him as a cynic, which I'm like, yeah, a lot of cynics do behave like that.
Yeah, and Q posts on a website called 8chan, and that part was kind of a little confusing because he had the little guy in the wheelchair.
Well, because I think he started it, and after the shooting happens, he does not want to be involved with this at all anymore because he's going to get people. I actually like the little dude.
Yeah, the Church Christ shooting is what they're talking about.
And he's like, this is just going to get worse. I mean, the little guy calls a lot of stuff, he's just like, yeah. So he was mad because he doesn't want to be associated with it. So he wanted them to I think he wanted them to get rid of it, but then settles for them changing the name.
Well, and he worked for the guy that ran all the porn sites. The guy that found out that's the creepy dude.
The dude's Ron's dad?
Yeah.
Oh, God. That guy is... I call him bitch tits. I mean, if you watch more of it, he wears, shirts that are a little too tight-fitting in his titty area.
The whole thing's sort of interesting, but it's a little hard to watch. You get some good nuggets on it. It's kind of like the Jersey Shore for trailer trash people.
Yeah.
And just the lunatics that go to these sites. Just
the things that these idiots believe, too. I think South Park explained it the best when they did the episode. Just the way they tack shit together, and you're like, whatever. And it irritates me, too, the one prominent girl in there or whatnot. She's never in the documentary, but they talk about her. They say, I forget what her name is. And her little catchphrase is I will red pill you. The problem I have with these people is you're not really red pilling people, though. These people are believing what they want to believe. It's not like they were all nice fucking people beforehand. And then they're like, so this is what Hillary's doing. I used to be a huge fan of Hillary, but now that I know that she's running this underground sex ring out of a pizza joint, my eyes are open. It's ridiculous. They want to believe that ridiculous shit about Hillary because they fucking hate her. You know what I mean? They're not red pilling shit.
How about the dad guy when he was just like, yeah, I'm not really into politics. I don't follow politics at all.
I don't really believe him.
Yeah.
I believe that he's a shit starter. I believe that he does like porn more than he likes politics. I'll agree with him on that. I'll give him that.
Well, and don't all the men in that show seem like incels?
Yes, I think that's what they all are. In fact, I called it definitely if you're rolling around with a sex doll, I think that's a telltale sign that you're an incel, which be happy with your fucking sex doll. He makes one rude comment too. I thought it was rude. So he goes out to eat with some of his friends, Ron, the one with the sex doll. And he's like, there's a cute little waitress there that was waiting on him or whatnot. And then he makes the comment, he's like, yeah, she's really cute. She's a little chubby, but she's cute. And I'm like, she's a skinny, she's super skinny. What is wrong? I'm like, but I guess if you're normally fucking a 40-pound sex doll, I guess this chick would be fucking jumping to you.
This guy who takes a hammer up into the mountains to go club a bear.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah. And he punches the stick. He practices karate.
Oh yeah, till his knuckle bleeds. Yeah.
He's a weird guy.
Yeah, so that's Into the Storm. We're just killing a little bit of time here because we're waiting for a guest call. MTG, representative from Georgia, Marjorie Taylor Greene. I can't believe that we got her.
I know.
We got Howard Stern and Marjorie Taylor Greene listening to this podcast. How cool is that?
Don't know how.
All right. Well, let's see if there we go. Looks like she's coming on right now. Hey, Congressman Greene, how are you doing?
I am great. I talked to Q recently.
Did you?
I did.
Huh. How'd that go?
Well, I always consult with him before I go back to Congress to do any kind of work.
Really? So,
He gives me all my best ideas.
so I heard you introduced a couple new bills recently.
I did. Somebody has got to stand up to these Democrats. First off, it's bills to stop the vaccine passport and to stop Fauci from being paid and to allow people to sue.
How are you gonna stop Fauci from being paid?
We're going to stop writing checks to him. And if people want to sue, they're going to sue. That's how things work in America. We have freedoms here.
Why did you decide right now to create these bills?
Because there is an attack on our freedoms. First, it's the masks. It's mandating masks. You can't mandate me. You can't. I'm an American. I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do.
Oh, freedom, right? American
That's
way.
right. Now you're catching on.
Yeah. How do you feel about Biden's measures to do gun control through executive action?
Obviously, I'm not for that either. One of my best friends in Congress is Lauren Boebert. Me and her, Boebert, we go to the gun range together.
Oh yeah.
You know, the one in Congress. She's from Colorado. Y'all should be real proud
yeah,
of her.
yeah.
She recently got her GED
Yeah,
in order to run.
Yeah, she's the one that had the AR-15s behind her in all of her videos, and she took them down after the shooting in Colorado.
That's right.
Yeah. I saw your videos where you went out to the gun range, before when you were on the campaign trail.
Well, any true patriot goes there. Okay.
Okay.
So, Marjorie, I have a question for you. What are you calling your act? What are you calling your new bill that you're introducing? Oh, that's real simple. We're calling this the We Will Not Comply Act. We also need to inform everyone. We need to let people know that this is the mark of the beast, okay? And it is not good.
Well, mark of the beast, don't you think that's a little harsh? I mean, we're just trying to keep the country safe.
Look, I believe in the Lord, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And this is the opposite of what he would do.
What do you think? Is it God guns country or guns God country? Country God's guns?
First and foremost, it is God. Then it is guns. Then country. Yeah.
Okay. So you think Jesus would want these school shootings to happen with no kind of regulations at all?
I believe that Jesus is a patriot, even though he was born over in Israel.
Yeah, I mean, he's Middle Eastern,
Yeah, so then wouldn't you guys try to keep them out? Don't you not like immigrants?
Yeah, wasn't there supposed to be a ban on people coming in from the Middle East?
Not Jesus, though.
Not Jesus. What if you didn't have proper identification? I think we stumped her, Snow.
Yeah, I'll probably have to get back to you on that one. I'm going to have to get with Q before I can answer that kind of question. So I'm going to plead the fifth on that.
Okay. The other big news that came out last week was the All-Star game being moved from Georgia. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I think that them moving that, you know what they're doing? They're paving the way for communism. That is what they're doing. We patriots need to stand up and start calling these Democrats for what they are. And they are communists and fascists.
Communists and fascists.
Yeah, I'm a little confused, Marjorie, because aren't the Democrats Antifa? I thought that the whole left is referred to as Antifa. They are Antifa. Well, do you know what Antifa means? It means Antifa. It means anti-fascist. So how can they be both? Look, because they're anti-fascist and they're fascist. They just are. That's why.
Well, hello?
Oh. Hello? I'm pretty sure that's a dial tone.
Hey, Marjorie.
She obviously hung up on us. I didn't even get to ask her the question about her and Matt Gaetz. Man, maybe next time.
Well, I think there'll be a next time.
I don't know. After she talks to Q.
Well, maybe Matt talk about that. We're trying to line him up for a future episode here. Well, I mean, that was interesting to say the least.
Was it?
Well, Matt Gaetz, you know, what's the first rule when you're in a little bit of legal trouble? Now his associate is going to plead guilty to sex trafficking.
I know, I can't.
And what does he do?
I was dying laughing because I'm like, wait to see how he gets thrown under. I wonder what info is going to come out. What
does Matt Gaetz do? He goes to Trump's golf course in Miami, Doral, and holds has a speech for some Republican women's group. And just saying
the
how
perfect person to go talk to women, right?
Well, they're Republican women, so they were older. They weren't in his age range.
Well, that's good.
So he said it was all fake news.
And they didn't bring their granddaughters?
And
hopefully they didn't bring their granddaughters.
God, he showed up at a Republican event with 2 dates, and one of them was she was a Monster Energy model.
Oh, okay.
Who used to be a child model that ran in competitions with JonBenet Ramsey.
So has Matt Gaetz been banging her ever since she's been 17 and it's carried through, or?
Well, I don't know. I mean, JonBenet Ramsey, how many years ago was that?
I don't know. How old would JonBenet be?
Wouldn't that person be a little bit old for Matt Gaetz?
Well, now.
Matt Gaetz, get a little bit of advice. Just keep your mouth shut, okay? Just shut it, zip it.
He's already proven that he can't do that. Wasn't he the one that insisted he go on Fox News and speak to Tucker Carlson?
Right, and Tucker has him on.
I gotta clear my name.
Tucker has him on, and Tucker tries to throw him on, he tries to throw Tucker under the bus to drag him into his shit. God. Q. Matt Gaetz. Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's the future of the Republican Party right there.
The Republican Party, as far as I'm concerned, is over. I mean, they need... And I'm not saying there doesn't need to be... I think there needs to be quite a few more political parties, but they're ridiculous. They're just a gun enthusiast club now. I mean...
Well, yeah, and the other thing is what they're trying to do, and if you watch Hannity, which the only reason I do is to keep up on shit, is now it's all about the crisis at the border. Which, yeah, over like in February, there was the most apprehended at the border since February of 2019. But February 2019, that was under Trump's, and there was a lot more people under the border. Now all these, Ted Cruz is going down
for photo ops
to view this detention center and saying, "What are we going to do about this crisis?" But where were they in 2019? Now,
right, and what's their solution?
Well, they didn't care at the time that people were being detained.
But what's their solutions now? Do they have any?
Well, here's the thing. What was going on in some cases was to alleviate the pressure at these detention centers and the overcrowding. The government was buying up hotel rooms to let them stay there, so they weren't in detention centers. But then you get the argument of, well, why are you giving these immigrants hotel rooms when there's homeless veterans on the streets? So Biden's kind of in a no-win situation here. Now,
quick question, if I can. The hotel rooms were only under Biden. They were not under Trump.
As far as I know, that's
the guy who literally owns tons of hotels. Why didn't he put them up then?
Well, because they want them in detention centers.
No, I know that, but I mean, if the Republicans are going to go back now and blame all this on Biden and say all this, then why can't Trump put them up now? Well, I'm sure that his hotels are pretty vacant.
Don't you think part of the problem is certain aspects of the media on one side are saying, oh, well, the borders are open, Don't you think that sends a signal down to Central America going, oh, the borders are open, let's go? I'm not saying, I don't know, there has to be something done about immigration reform somehow.
Well, yeah, there should be. Yeah, I'm not saying that we don't need border security either, we do, but there also needs to be a path to citizenship. Most of the people that are here illegally came here on fucking planes.
Oh, sure. You come on your overstay visa.
Right. So it's like, why aren't any of these assholes ever bringing that up? Then, if they care so much, if this is a diehard fucking issue to them, why is that not part of the issue? You never hear them talking about that.
Well, it's just, just keep on stoking the fear.
I think it's all racism. They have to, this is the way I feel about the Republican Party now. There was a movie, and it was actually about a political situation. I forget what country it was in, but Sandra Bullock starred in it, and it was like, Our Brand is Crisis. The Republicans' brand is hate. That's what they do. It's hate and it's fear. They know that these people are afraid, and they know that these people buy into the hate. They don't know the people that they hate. They just know that they hate them.
Well, they also don't want more immigrants because they know that people of color tend to vote more to the left way, and that's why the voter suppression laws are taking effect.
Right, but a lot of white people vote to the left too, because a lot more of them are waking up. I mean, the younger generations. The Republicans, what do they provide for normal people?
Oh, they got
nothing. Fear and hate. That's what they provide to some of these people who don't give a fuck about the other parts of their lives. They're fully on board for it. They're like, fuck yeah, I'm getting on the hate train. I'm getting on the fucking hate and fear train. I'm allowed to have all the guns I want there.
Well, yeah, so Biden came up with an executive order this week that banned, will try to attempt to curb the sales of ghost guns. Ghost guns are basically gun kits that you buy and there's no serial number on it, but somehow that...
How are those ever legal? Wow.
I don't know.
That doesn't...
But somehow that infringes...
Kind of like hey kids, build your own gun at home kit.
Why don't we just hire immigrants to build ghost guns?
You know what you can do, too? Like those reading certificates you get in school for reading books. You used to be able to get a personal pan pizza at Pizza Hut, but guess what? Nowadays, if you collect enough of them, we'll send you a build-your-own-gun kit. What the fuck? This is America.
We'll even hire an illegal immigrant to put it together for you.
They'll come free with every purchase.
I wonder where those gun kits are made anyways. They're probably made in Mexico or something.
You should do another one of your things where you try to buy one online and see how long it takes.
Oh,
Remember
no.
when you were going to try to buy the AR-15
Yeah.
to see the process and be like, and I think you called me and you were like, holy shit, I can get the thing in 3 days.
It's America. Okay, so you posted something on your Facebook this week about woke corporations. Let's get into that a little bit.
Oh, geez. Okay, woke corporations. This is a term that brought to you by the same folks that love saying cancel culture. So woke corporations. The Republicans are mad over what happened in Hotlanta over the All-Star game being moved. Okay, and now they're mad about these other corporations who are speaking up, like Coca-Cola and Delta. And what was the other one? Because I remember hearing Turtle going, oh, Republicans fly and Republicans drink Coke. and Republicans, what was the other one? Fuck, I can't think. I'm not being able to think of the other corporation off. It's like, well, I don't know what these companies are doing. And then goes off about how he wants corporations to stay out of politics. I'm like, y'all hear that? Stop fucking donating to Mitch McConnell and the rest of them. They don't want your money. Your money is no good there. But they know they can get away with and say stuff like that because guess what? The Republicans promised them, hey, you don't want to pay taxes? You want enormous tax cuts? We're your guys.
Right. I mean, like Biden also came out with his infrastructure plan, several $1 trillion. And the only way to fund it is if you do raise the taxes.
I want their taxes raised. Yeah. And I don't even feel bad about saying it. I want their fucking taxes raised. I'm also sick of, as a tax-paying American, to have to subsidize a lot of their employees because they can't fucking pay their employees properly and treat them good. I'm talking to you, Amazon. I'm talking to you, Walmart. I'm talking to you, FedEx.
Well, I think Jeff Bezos came out and said this week that he would be okay with paying taxes finally. But I mean,
oh yeah, he did. He did come out, but he is also no longer the CEO of Amazon, correct?
Oh, correct. Yeah.
And maybe he is. Who knows? Maybe fucking Lex Luthor does feel a little bit of fucking guilt in the fact that, oh yeah, I am going to be the world's first trillionaire. Maybe I should fucking.
You know, that's a very good point because he's no longer in charge. He's no longer in charge. He can be like, yeah, fine, tax
raise our taxes.
Go ahead.
I have no fucking say in it.
I triple dog dare you.
I know, jerk.
Which brings us to another point. Why in the world would the Alabama Amazon workers vote to turn down a union?
Okay, couple of reasons why. When the company is not going to want to go union. They don't want the employees having a fucking say. They don't want you having a seat at the table. They want to control things the way they want to control them. Okay. So they're going to fight it tooth and nail. What happened at Amazon, they did an early vote before a lot of this stuff came out, before even Biden had spoken up and said, I'm all for the unionizing. He didn't say the company name or anything, but I mean, he hinted to that he was talking about the Alabama Amazon workers. But the president came out in support. But what the company did, Amazon had a campaign where they were like, get your votes in early. So a lot of these people had already voted before hearing about the support. Then they also like to do things like they'll promise the employees, well, we'll give you a raise. And sometimes they do it. I'm not saying that all companies don't, because some companies may just want to run their company, without the added part of the union. As long as they're keeping up with union wages, then that's not really a problem, and they're treating their employees well. But we all know a lot of them are going to get away with what they can get away with, and so they'll promise them stuff, and then a lot of times they'll they'll go back on their word, or they'll lie to the employees and say, do you really want to pay for this? I mean, you're going to get charged all this extra money when the union comes in here, which is not true either. It's a fraction of it. And a state like Alabama, hello, that's a right to work state. That means that if you did not want to pay dues, then you would not have to, because you don't have to be in the union. Okay?
Right.
But that also weakens unions too, if you've got less people paying dues, because those people still get protected without having to chip into the system. So they're kind of like, those people are kind of like tax corporations that don't pay their taxes. They still reap the benefits and don't pay into the system. But see, that's the thing I don't get. I really, really believe that it boils down to a lack of education, a lack of education about unions and about your right as an employee, that you should have rights, and them corporations beating people down for all these years. You would think that in the right to work states that the people would be like, oh, well, wait, why don't we just vote for the union? Because we don't have to join it anyways if we don't want to. But we would still have it, I mean, if you were thinking real smart and you wanted.
Well, I don't think Alabama is high on the education list.
They're not. They're in the lower. Yeah, I mean, I bet you if you went through and took union states versus versus right to work states, and you looked at where they are on the education factor, that's a homework project for me. I should look that up. I should look where they fall
I'm sure
on the education.
I'm sure there's a correlation there.
There probably is. It makes sense.
I mean, because Arizona's not up there either.
No, and Arizona has always been a fucking right to work state.
Speaking of local, we had our friend of the show, good friend. He's a
Contact Club, where freedom is our religion. Yes, at the Social Contact Club, we like to have fun. It's part of our belief. That's why we also have our foosball table, where you can play foosball.
Where you can play foosball.
Without masks,
Foosball.
without government restrictions, without social distance. Because we are free human beings. Because we are free Americans.
Just bear with it for a minute.
Guess what? You can come and join
Guess
us.
what?
We are open
He reminds me of Pepe Le Pew.
and Sunday. And guess what? We start at
And guess
7 o'clock
what?
our ceremonies.
Oh, no,
yes,
no,
because
no.
our religion is freedom. We believe in life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
He is Italian, Pepe Le
Our
Pew.
religion is freedom. Isn't your religion Jesus Christ? Oh, I think at the end there, that was a bit of his new single, Dada Loves You.
He is now a DJ too. The man is multifaceted in the talent department.
Dada Loves You, the new single by Luca Zana.
Now, remember when I just talked about this is literally proof that the Republican Party has admitted that they are merely a social club and should not be taken seriously as a political party. Okay?
Right. Now, in that video, it has all of 22 views on YouTube, and I think I contributed to...
5 to get...
No, 16 of them.
research.
By posting that on social media, I think I contributed to it. Hey, Luca, I'm just trying to give you some love here. Would you ever have him on the podcast?
Only if there was a way we could mute him, because I think that he would like try to yell over. I would love to have the other side, the other opposing views
Right.
come on, but would they be respectful, or are they going to do the thing where they come on and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to like take over," and what do they always say? Like what's the thing that they always used to say about the snowflakes, like their terminology? Like, not schooled. I'm going to take them to school. I can't
Well,
remember.
yeah, they would say that. Take him to school.
I know, but they used to have a
Shut them
phrase.
down.
Yeah, like the shut them down shit. I shut you down. Like, and it's like, no, you didn't.
I took you to school.
School spelled SKOOL. Yeah.
My favorite part.
Yeah.
My favorite part of that video is when he goes, "This is our foosball table, where you can play
Foosball.
foosball." And you have like you watch the old Newhart show where he had Larry and his brother Daryl and his other brother Daryl.
Yes.
Yes, and he had like Daryl and Daryl were playing foosball
I
on
know.
the table, and of course,
Yeah.
of course,
Well, maybe you should get an air hockey table, and maybe more people will come.
yeah,
Just saying.
Air talk hockey is way better than
Way better than
Foosball.
foosball. I always hated foosball. Or like, why wouldn't you get a pool table? Why wouldn't you get a game that people wanted to play?
Well, I mean, there's all three of them in there playing.
Maybe they all
Foosball.
voted for foosball. Foosball.
Luca Zana seems more like he'd be like a dictator. I would say that he wouldn't vote for anything. I would say it's Iron Fist. His word would go. So maybe he liked the foosball.
Oh yeah, maybe it's his favorite.
Yeah.
Probably because maybe he's like good at. He's like, I just want them to come so I can beat them all.
Because I am the champion of foosball.
Foosball.
It would be like the Rocky IV. I will break you. So, Luca, if you're listening, come on, give us a call. And just don't hang up on us like Marjorie Taylor Greene did. So it's people like that have you noticed, like, going around town that less and less people are wearing their masks?
Mm-hmm. I thought it was over or something. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, we're back to normal.
Or you could never tell that you would think that it never came here, you know? I don't know what they're going to do I don't know if we have, like, if the UK variants have hit here. I know they have hit in Arizona. That is a fact. But
Yeah, Michigan.
have they made it all the way to Kingman yet? Because,
I'm sure they have. I mean, Michigan's really bad.
yeah.
Michigan can't keep up with vaccines.
I know. Yeah, they talk about Michigan every day, about how bad the variant is there.
I mean, at least we've been vaccinated, so I guess we don't have to worry about it.
I know. I mean, and I'm still wearing my mask because I know that not everyone has been given the opportunity to get the vaccine. So I'm still wearing mine.
Right, yeah. And I'm still wearing mine because my kids are underage and they're not
Right.
approved yet. Well, I guess the Pfizer vaccine, they're approved to give that to 16 and over.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, I'm wearing my mask for other people, you know, because I'm not a dick.
And other than getting the side effects from Moderna shot, sometimes I can't speak. I hadn't been sick since last February.
I know. I haven't been sick in a long time. I very rarely get sick. I mean, I get pretty I've always been pretty lucky like that. But, you know, speaking of the passport, well, I guess the right calls it the Mark of the Beast passport, or Mark of the Beast passport. I'm thinking maybe that we should call it the pro-life passport.
Well, you can't call it that.
But we
They-
want
they-
people
they've
to
got-
live.
They've got the corner on that, though.
But maybe if we do that, they'll be like, if you're gonna
Hey, life begins at the heartbeat, but it ends once you're born.
like, you're on your own. Get a job.
You're on your own. Yeah, get a job.
Get out and get a job.
And don't you dare get sick, because you will not have health care.
We're not taking care of
And
your
we're
ass.
not going to help you not get sick either.
I know. It's like,
And we're going to make sure that everybody is armed. So if you go knock on their door for help, you'll be taken out.
they're allowed.
That's definition of pro-life.
Yeah.
Education? Nah, don't need that.
I just thought it'd be funny if we would call it the pro-life passport.
Living wage?
Like,
don't need
we
that.
are actually for people living, so we think that you should get
All right.
the vaccine. Then you can get the passport that says, yes, I'm
Yeah.
about
Yeah,
not
why-
infecting others.
yeah, why doesn't the one side take over the pro-life movement?
Just say, this is what the vaccine passport is going to be called. It's the pro-life passport. Thank you.
Jesus will save you, unless this, and this, and this. Oh God, living crazy times. Just crazy times. I'm glad there's escapism as like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I haven't
Disney
watched
Plus.
it yet.
Oh, it's so
Is
good.
it on
Disney
is it
Plus?
on HBO? Oh, Disney Plus. Okay. Well, I could watch it then. I wanted to watch it too because I saw the previews for it. And I like the comic book movies.
Have you seen all of them?
All of the comic book
Yeah.
movies, like ever? No.
Have you seen all the Captain America ones?
No. God no.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, you might need to.
No, and I
follow
like
along.
Captain America. Like that's not me. I think he's pretty hot. But that's not me being a dick. But I haven't seen a lot of the superhero movies.
Okay, watch The Winter Soldier, watch Civil War, and watch
I've only
Endgame.
seen the first Captain America. Which
Okay.
one's that?
is
Just Captain
the first
America?
the first Avenger.
No, I know that he's an Avenger, but
No, that was the name of it, Captain America: The First Avenger.
oh,
The second one is Civil War.
Oh,
that
okay.
one. You could probably get away with
Okay.
watching Civil War, and then watch Endgame, and then watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Otherwise,
Okay.
you'll be a little bit lost
Okay,
as to what's going on.
yeah.
I'm a geek.
I've
I
seen
watch
all the
of them.
Hulks because the Hulk is my favorite out of the dude superheroes. I think he's the most realistic. Like, I can identify with the Hulk. Like, when you get really pissed, you just fucking
Your
blow up.
age.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you turn into this giant monster and your clothes falls off. And you rip all their clothes.
I've been with you in Vegas traffic, so I can totally understand.
Right. But like if I'm going like on looks, I'd probably pick that Thor was my favorite.
Get Chris Hemsworth.
I do like him.
My favorite's always Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, I
Because
like
that was-
Robert Downey Jr.
That one was cast perfectly.
Yeah.
Did you see Endgame?
Endgame.
Avengers Endgame?
Is that the one with all of them? All four of them?
yeah. Well, there's there's a lot in that one.
I know I saw at least one of them with all four of them.
Okay.
Because
You got some catching up to do.
I know. Are they all on Disney?
Yes, they're all on Disney.
Oh, okay. Then I could watch
and you
all
can
of them.
you can watch them all in order too.
Oh, you know which one I did watch recently? Because I was like, I have not seen this one yet. And I like Paul Rudd.
Ant-Man.
The Ant-Man. I think the one with the wasp, too,
Oh.
is the one I watched.
Did you see the new? They came out with a new commercial because he's in the new Ghostbusters movie. That's going to have Bill Murray in it again.
And it's not going to have the girls in it?
No, this is a continuation of Ghostbusters 1 and 2. This one's called Ghostbusters Afterlife. Well, anyway.
I really liked the one with the girls too. I thought it was good.
Yeah. And Chris Hemsworth played the ditzy secretary.
Yeah, I know. He was hot though.
But anyway, the point being is there was this new commercial. I'll show it to you afterwards. But Paul Rudd is in Walmart, and he's getting like ice cream, and he walks by the marshmallows, and the bag starts moving.
Stay puffed.
Stay Puffed. And it's like Gremlins. All the little Stay Puffed marshmallows burst out of the bag, and they're going around the store creating havoc.
Yes.
It's funny as hell.
I like the Ghostbuster movies. I mean, I always liked them. That was one of my favorite series when I was like little. Plus, I just love the song by Ray Parker Jr.
Who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah. Didn't he also do that song? Somebody's Always Watching Me. Was that him? No.
Was it?
No, and I don't think it was. That was somebody else. That led me into the next part. Speaking of creeps, Finding Neverland. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
It's all of those. When I have to watch stuff like that, because I also watch the Pharaoh versus Allen, or Allen versus Pharaoh, whatever the order is.
Who's the bigger creep? Woody Allen or Michael Jackson?
Oh, fuck. They're both. All of them. All of them. Any of them that.
Matt Gates.
Any of them that fuck around with kids, dude. No, they're all. Those things are gross. Like, I always have to pause it several times, and I'm just like. I just walk away for a few minutes before I can continue to watch this, because it's horrible.
Why do you do that to yourself?
I know. I don't know. But you know what? Like, well, I did learn, though, I really like Mia Farrow. Like, I felt really bad for her, too, watching that documentary. Like, because when I watched that documentary, I had no idea that I only knew of the stuff. It must have been my age at the time, too, when that all came out. I only knew of the stuff that happened with Suni.
Right.
You know, I thought
there was more?
I thought it was...
There was more?
Yes, the documentary is about the fact that Woody Allen molests the child that they adopt together. Suni's name is Suni Previn. Mia Farrow adopted Suni with her second husband. I forget his first name, but his last name's obviously Previn, because her first husband was Frank Sinatra. And then yeah, and they didn't have any children together. Even though I think that Ronan Farrow really looks like Frank Sinatra. But Ronan Farrow is the only biological child of Mia Farrow and Woody Allen.
Way.
And don't you think it's funny that Ronan Farrow goes by Ronan Farrow and not Ronan Allen? Because he knows that his dad is a fucking creep.
I never liked Woody Allen movies anyways.
They are weird.
They seem a little pretentious to me.
They are weird. Like, I mean, I watched them before, like, a long time ago. I've seen a few of them. But, yeah, after you watch the documentary, though, there's a part in the documentary where the girl, Dylan is the adopted kid. Mia Farrow and Woody Allen adopted a child together, and that was, they might have even adopted more than one child together. I can't remember. She has a lot of children.
And at what point did she realize Woody Allen was doing this stuff? Was it early on?
When the little girl, Dylan, well, she's a grown woman now, but I can't remember in the documentary how old she was, like maybe like, I want to say like 6 or 7 when she got molested by her father. And it was several years before people believed her. Mia always believed her. Okay, but it was several years before.
But she stuck around.
The public. No.
No. I mean, they got divorced, but that was many years later, wasn't it?
No, because you got to watch the documentary because she finds pictures, pornographic pictures of Suni at Woody Allen's place because he also had like an apartment or whatever in probably to go do movies because they had a house in Connecticut.
I guess there's another documentary on there, The Swamp, and it's about Matt Gaetz, too.
I think I've seen that one too.
HBO just seems to like
'Cause I
documentaries about
remember-
creeps.
I remember seeing a documentary with Gates in it, and it showed how he's friends with, they're probably not friends now, because the guy that he's, like, it showed him and Ro Khanna talking a lot, like they were friends, even though Ro Khanna is a Democrat from California. I like him. He's cool. But, like, it showed them, like, talking a lot in the documentary. I think if that's the same documentary I'm thinking of, because they were making jokes about how the other sides do actually talk to each other. I mean, they don't have hatred towards each other. It's probably, maybe it's like performance art for all of us because we all love it so much watching y'all fight.
Yeah.
It's like, give me a break. They're starting to act more like celebrities. Like, I think that's why Matt Gaetz got into politics anyway, so he could be, like, well known and get young babes, right?
Yeah.
Got into politics to bang young babes.
Yeah, I guess to save our children was a ruse.
I know, why is it
Distraction.
always them that are getting caught with kids?
You would
I'm
think.
like, what the fuck? Maybe they say that to throw people off. No, it's those Democrats.
I'm probably ripping off Bill Maher here, but you would think that now Q has their proof. Q has their proof, and they're like, well, let's just sit back and see. You know, we don't want to say anything yet. But you caught one of them. It just wasn't who you wanted to catch.
I know. So now it's like crickets.
I guess so.
Why,
I guess
why
that's
aren't
the way-
they doing the whole Save Our Kids from Matt Gaetz?
I
Like,
don't
what
know.
the fuck?
I guess. Well, we're just rambling here, so I guess we'll end this on that note. We'll
Wrap
end
it up.
Just a bunch of creeps.
Total creeps.
That's probably what we'll name this podcast. Creeps.
Creeps.
All right. Well, thank you for Representative Marjorie Trailer Green for calling in. That was fun, even though she hung up on us.
Yeah, it was a blast.
And I hope we didn't ruin Matt Gaetz calling in.
I don't know.
And also Howard Stern, because I know you're listening, okay? I don't want to hear these jokes out of you and Robin this week,
He's
okay?
like, we won't.
we won't. Definitely not.
Not these ones.
Leave it to those amateurs over
Last
there.
time, yes,
Kingman.
but not these ones.
All right. Hey, y'all. Bye, and we will talk to you next time.
Bye, y'all.
Hey, next week it'll be my the birthday podcast.
Oh, woo!
Yeah, we'll have to figure out something to do. Get some
Cook
Hey, Peter, we want some of that
the new coffee
the
stuff.
coffee rub and the pineapple mustard.
Yeah,
Oh, make some brats with that.
that's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. He needs test subjects. So
I'm talking
I
about.
figured we get Aaron over and Bridget over, and each of us create a dish using the coffee rub. Like each of us think of something, we each make a dish, and we do a taste test on the podcast.
Well, shouldn't we do a taste test using the products? Like one person gets to use that and then use the different products.
We could do both,
Okay, because
but he won't test subjects for the coffee,
for those. Okay.
so we could submit what we did.
Okay. All right.
See, I had a good one. Another good one. I was thinking for the.
Well, you probably shouldn't say it on air and give your secret away.
Oh yeah,
Duh.
we'll save it.
I actually probably should have let you go and
Bootsy's
then, like,
Delta Funk,
stole the idea.
the official barbecue sauce of this podcast. All right, we gotta go. All right, so we will talk to you next week. Okay.
Bye.
All right, bye.